Hi there, welcome to Wyckoff Technical Analysis session for Ripple. If you're new to my sessions, here are the key takeaways you can expect from the sessions. And so let's start with the weekly chart of Ripple. But before that, we notice Ripple has started an uptrend since 2 weeks ago. But then after the dip of Thursday, it seems that the trend is kind of over. So let's start with the weekly chart and look at the big picture, and then we go back to the daily and see whether any timing indications the charts are telling us. Here, previously we already covered a few times that the tendency towards a sign of weakness about the same level that we have seen in March, April, and June is more likely to happen. That's why there's a 70% chance over there, and a lower chance for the price to go back to somewhere near the purple key level of $3.38. So yellow, 2.05, more likely than 3.38 at the moment, because the price is still within this downward trend. You see this blue box over here. We had another downtrend back in January this year, all the way till June. So that lasted for almost 6 months, 5.5 to 6 months, before it actually had 4 weeks of climb, and then now we are in another downtrend that already lasted for over 3 months. So if that continues in a similar sense, for the next 3 months, if it really comes down, much like what happened in the beginning of this year, then we'll eventually reach the 2.05 yellow key level. Before getting to the daily chart, let's quickly check the Bollinger Band and Keltner squeeze. So this indicator tells us bigger price swing would happen, or more likely to happen, after a squeeze. So we've got a very long squeeze period back in 2023, or even started late 2022. And then we've got the swing for Ripple. And then another short squeeze, then another 2 weeks of swing, followed by these couple of months of decline. It happened in the past as well. But if you're new to this indicator, just to let you know, this only indicates to us bigger price swing is coming. It doesn't say which side the price is going to swing first. A lot of times people got like illusion or got misled by the fact that because of these big price moves, it seems to them that after a squeeze, it's always going to go up before it comes down. It's not like that. Sometimes it comes down even when there's a squeeze, okay, before the price goes up. So while we're on the indicator, let's go to the daily and see whether that's the case as well. So look at the daily. The purple line is within the orange, while the lower purple gets very close. For me, I would call that a squeeze has started. So that's how I look at that. Even for the weekly, the bottom edge has gone into the orange. The purple basically touched on the week of October 6th, and now it's also very close. So for me, this is a squeeze. This squeeze has started, basically. Remember what I said? When the squeeze happened, expect some more price swings coming. Whether it's going to be a big magnitude or it's smaller, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a bigger one than the horizontal period or relatively calm period that we have been having. Okay? So back to the Wyckoff stages in daily. So we talk about these LPSYs, we can duplicate a couple, but the key is this uptrend. You see this white dashed line was broken just 2 days ago on Thursday. And now the price is trying to stay on the upper half of this downtrend. So because it's a pretty long downtrend, so the box is a bit big. So this is the downtrend that I'm talking about, this blue box. Okay, the price during mid-September all the way till October 9th. Back then it was still within that particular uptrend. Okay, but then the downtrend actually started somewhere in late July, just that it took over 2 months for the price to eventually edge towards the bottom edge of that uptrend and turned into this confirmed downtrend. And at that point in time, the price was still trading at the upper half of this downtrend. Only till October 10th, the price got pushed to the lower half of this channel box. Not that it's a big deal, because the price, if you have been with our community for a while, is a normal behavior for the price to bounce along these 3 lines. Basically the ceiling, the bottom, the ceiling, the bottom, and the center line. Okay, so when it continued to trade sideways between the green key level of around $2.45 and the light blue key level of $2.7, it will eventually come to hit the ceiling of the downward channel again. Alright, assuming that's going to happen in the next, I don't know, that's all the way to very close to Christmas. Assuming that's going to happen for Ripple to trade sideways for that long, for like a month and a half, almost 7 weeks, that time point somewhere near December 23rd, that's a decision point for the big guys, the whales, the composite man, whatever we name them, going to tell us, is this downtrend going to continue? If it is, then no surprise, it's going to bounce back to at least the center line or even the bottom edge of the blue box. Okay, that's where it gets to the selling climax or test for the daily Wyckoff cycle. Okay, if it doesn't, if it breaks to the upside, it can still continue the horizontal trading range, much like what happened right over here. Okay, but then it doesn't mean it can't start a new downtrend afterwards. So we also talk about this 30% chance still to come up to show us a second test. So if it breaks this channel, those are the 2 potential paths that the price can take. But then that requires quite a lot of positivity to go to that 3.38 level, like we talked about from the beginning. So if it doesn't break to the upside, instead it breaks the green key level, like what it did just over the past 2 weeks, right? Except this week it got a little bit better. But if it comes down again and trades within this lower half of the channel box, eventually when we get again close to somewhere near Christmas, there's a breakout decision point or time point that whether it's going to break even lower and challenge the orange key level of $1.8. If it breaks the yellow key level of 2.05, following the this lower half of the downward channel. Okay, so November may still be less violent, but when we get deeper into December, it looks there are multiple scenarios that can bring Ripple to real challenge. Not saying that it can't break the green like what happened over here, to already come down to show us a selling climax, or like a very deep test into like later of November or early December. So the chance of getting into an accumulation cycle is still higher than continuing with the distribution cycle for Ripple. Alright, so that's pretty much sums up. It's still traveling within the downward channel as long as it doesn't break the downward channel ceiling. There's only about a few weeks time from now to Christmas for the big guys to tell us whether this downtrend is going to take ripple lower into 2026. Thanks for joining me. See you in the next session. Can we get ICP next? Oh, ICP, believe it will be tomorrow. So I have posted a schedule in the community post. So I follow that schedule, that roster, to cover the different coins. So if you refer to the community post, you will know exactly on which day I'll cover which particular coins. Thanks for asking, and thanks for your support. See you in the next session.